She getting special treatment in jail. The what? This could be really dangerous, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you crush that follow button on my Facebook page if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this. Now, I still can't believe this, but hey, we are going to talk about this. This is pretty wild, and if this is true, this could potentially be very dangerous, not only for the other people that are held up in that jail, but also for Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrandt as well. And what I'm talking about is a former cellmate. We talked about this cellmate before. She spoke about the things about her being smitten and all that stuff over Jody, really concerned about her well-being and giving us some goings-ons behind those that jail's walls, right? Of how she's been acting and all that. And we're hearing that she's still being super pious and up her own ass and all that stuff. But now she is saying, this same former cellmate is saying that she's getting special treatment. Like she's getting everything on a silver platter in a way. And it's very interesting. And she says these guards really catered to her. And I'm wondering why. And again, like I said, this could be potentially very, very dangerous. And I'll explain. And it does say it in this article as well. But I'm going to jump into the meat of this really quick. As we already know, this woman's name, okay, is Deborah Monson. She was in there, okay, on allegations of petty theft and drug possession. We already know about all that stuff, okay? Now, she was booked booked the day after Franke was actually arrested for these things, as well as her partner, Jody Hildebrandt, okay? Let's not forget that. Now, we already heard her accounts on her, Ruby, very concerned about Jody's well-being and wanting to be around Jody and all that codependency being really, really real between those two, okay? But we also do know that she spent 3 nights in the same cell as Franke and had several conversations with her. She also observed how the guards interacted with Franke. She says the guards really catered to her. This is what she told the Insider. I'm like, why are you so spoiled? A spokesperson for the jail contested that Franke was treated differently. This spokesperson is like, no, that ain't true. Sergeant Alfred, the public information officer for the Washington County Sheriff's Office, told the Insider that Franke, quote unquote, has been given no additional privileges. Well, not according to Monson. He didn't comment further on the case, citing safety and security. Interesting that they said safety and security. We're going to get to that. Monson also said it seemed like Franke was allowed out of the cell more than her or the third person in their cell. Why? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. Was she aesthetically more pleasing to the eye? Did she speak in such an aristocratic way? Did she finesse with them through her words? Did she use witchcraft spells? Like what happened? Why is she getting allegedly more privileges than Monson and the other cellmate? That's very weird. She continues. She says she got to keep getting out of the cell and going up and talking to the guys at the desk. Maybe she's being extra flirty, batting her eyes a little bit more, laughing at all their jokes and all that. I don't know. Maybe she's just trying to finesse her way on the good side of the guards. That could be it too. Let's be real. We're talking about Ruby Franke here. Okay, we're not talking about just any old body. She knows how to finesse. She knows how to finesse. Franke also seemed to have more phone privileges, she added. Each time I wanted a phone, I was like, hey, you ask them. They like you better, she said. Franke requested a pen. This part is dangerous, in my personal opinion. Franke requested a pen at one point, Monson said, because she wanted to write a letter to the judge before her court hearing at the lawyer's suggestion. So her lawyer said, hey, you should write a letter to the judge before you go and see him in the flesh or them in the flesh. But the guards told Franke she would have to wait until she could order her own from the jail store known as the commissary. They're like, nah, we ain't going to give it to you. That's interesting, though, because then a short time later, she went up to the desk and then a case manager came and got her out, talked to her for a few minutes and she came back in with very secretively a pen. So she was hiding it and then going back into her cell with this pen hidden in, like, maybe up her sleeve or maybe in her, in her pocket somewhere, hiding it somewhere. She goes, "Be quiet. Don't let anybody see that," she said. Having a pen in the medical area, especially when you are a new inmate, is totally against the rules, Monson said, because they don't know what to expect of people. Now, let me just point this out really quick. First off, they're in the medical area. So one thing I was wondering about Monson, like if she was in the medical area as well, what got her in the medical area too? Because that's the other thing. We still have not heard why Ruby was in there in the first place. So I'm wondering why Monson, if this report is correct, why Monson was in the medical area as well. Unless this reporting is off, I don't know. But it is a little bit weird. And again, for someone to be walking around and be handed a potentially sharp object and you're in the medical area and God knows why you were sent there. Maybe you were on S watch, unaliving watch or something like that. Why would they give you a mother-loving pen? That makes no sense, guys. No sense at all. But let's continue, because she even says it herself. Monson says this. You are in the medical area and you have this in your possession, unbeknownst to staff that are there. She says she could have been a crazy freak and gouged out people's eyes. Yeah, you don't know who this person is. You don't know what she's capable of. And she still, because of her privilege, because of her special treatment, was able to get a pen. The other question I have too is, did they give her paper? What was she going to write upon? Toilet paper? Where did she get? She just had a pen and that's it. I mean, I know that maybe I'm getting too technical in this article, but I'm just curious. She was able to walk in with a pen, but why? If you don't have everything else in which to write a letter, paper, why would you need a pen? And then also at the same time, did she get caught with this pen at all? And whoever gave her the pen, have they been fired or reprimanded for giving her a pen when they weren't supposed to give her a pen? It's just weird. Anyway, and again, if she's on S watch, it just doesn't make sense. Alfred, the sheriff's office official, said that guards monitor anyone they think is the risk of injuring others and can separate them, but said that hadn't been an issue in these cases. Alfred, the sheriff's office official, also denied that Franke would have been given anything extra. She hasn't been given anything additional to her housing unit. Interesting. Monson was in the medical area because she was on a specific medication, she told Insider. She said she didn't know why Franke was placed there. She theorized that it may be because Franke was on this watch, S watch. Again, if you're out here on S watch and every single moment that you are being watched is crucial because you could do anything unthinkable to yourself sudden, why would you have anything sharp in your possession? She said their other cellmate made the suggestion to Franke after Franke wondered aloud why she was in the medical area. Okay. She says this: I have never done drugs in my life, so why would they have me in medical? And the girl looked up at her and says, well, you're probably on S Watch, Munson said. And then Franke said, S Watch? Why would I want to commit S? I'm much stronger than that. Which clearly, let's be real, shows you how up her own butt she is in real life. When she probably was in there for that, probably had a psychotic break or a nervous breakdown, whatever you want to call it, and probably said some things because of her situation, probably said some things that would garner her to be on S Watch. And still, because of her pride, because she thinks she's that untouchable, and God forbid, in her faith, S is not looked upon with a thumbs up, okay? It's very much frowned upon. So now she's in denial that she even uttered those words or even thought about that, or even that's the reason why she's even in this space. You have to do something to be on that watch in the first place. So you're telling me that they just threw you in there all willy-nilly, just out of nowhere, just because? Like I said, I call BS on all that. Alfred said the jail officials can't talk specifics about medical issues. Now, Munson told Insider she didn't know who Franke was at the time. She wasn't aware of the charges against her until she left and her family were taking her home from the jail. And that's when she realized who this person is. The fact that she's allegedly getting special treatment behind bars right now is beyond me. But then at the same time, I'm not surprised. I could see this woman finessing for the rest of the time that she's in jail and until she gets sentenced and is put in prison. I can see her doing this from this point until she's released or until her last dying breath. Let's be real. But what say you guys on this situation? To me, not surprised, but it has potential for it being very dangerous. Imagine if that pen, maybe she doesn't use it for something dangerous, but what if it got in the hands of the wrong person because of her finessing and all that? It could have the potential of being something extremely dangerous. So let me know what you think. I'm not feeling it, y'all, but it is Ruby Franke that we're talking about here. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. Of course, do not forget to hit that follow button on my Facebook page. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family on both platforms. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.